The Ice Age was indeed just about survival and mammoths. It was also the birthplace of human intimacy and bizarre sexual customs. In this world of freezing temperatures, primal instincts ruled over romance or tradition. Love didn't look like what we imagine today. It was brutal, raw, and often ritualistic. Forget roses and dinner dates. Ice Age sex was about tribe, fertility, and survival. The lack of privacy, clothing, and comfort made sexual behavior wildly different. Every intimate act had a purpose: to produce life, please the spirits, or gain status. Fertility was celebrated like gold. A pregnant woman meant power for the tribe. Some of these practices will shock you, others will fascinate, but all are real. In this documentary, we uncover the most bizarre sexual rituals of the Ice Age. Cave paintings, buried artifacts, and ancient bones reveal untold truths. Anthropologists have pieced together clues left behind in stone and blood. You won't believe what early humans did in the name of sex and survival. From cave orgies to tribal initiation, it's time to travel 20,000 years back. So wrap yourself in mammoth fur and light the fire. The secrets are about to begin. This is the uncensored, untouched world of Ice Age sexuality. In the Ice Age, sex wasn't romantic, it was functional, even political at times. Tribes needed to grow quickly to defend territory and hunt larger game. Mating was often encouraged by leaders to increase population strength. Elders sometimes chose partners for young members to ensure better genetics. Reproduction was a group mission, not just a private relationship. Those who couldn't produce children were often cast out or considered cursed. Attractive traits included wide hips, body fat, and strength, all signs of fertility. Sometimes, sexual favors were exchanged for food, protection, or shelter. Sexual relationships weren't always consensual, especially in rival raids. Mating could be violent, dominant, or purely transactional in nature. Love was a luxury. Sex was often a matter of who could survive the winter. Multiple partners were common to avoid inbreeding in small tribes. Elders promoted open intimacy to ensure population sustainability. For Ice Age humans, sex meant food, warmth, protection, and legacy. It wasn't about pleasure, it was about keeping the bloodline alive. Many prehistoric caves have art that hints at sexuality and fertility rituals. Carvings of female forms known as Venus figurines are everywhere. These figurines often show large breasts, wide hips, and exaggerated genitals. They weren't pornographic, they were sacred icons of reproduction. Some caves feature repeated drawings of vulvas etched into walls. Phallic symbols appear next to animals, suggesting spiritual mating beliefs. Certain drawings may depict ritual sex, sometimes involving many people. These symbols suggest sex was connected to survival and cosmic cycles. Some researchers believe caves acted as early sacred spaces for mating. Firelit shadows may have enhanced the erotic energy during ceremonies. Bones and tools found near sexual art hint at ritual gatherings or feasts. Cave sex may have been public or communal during festivals. Sex wasn't private, it was deeply woven into their cultural expression. These artworks show that Ice Age intimacy was both physical and spiritual. Even today, the meanings behind these images continue to spark debate. Monogamy was extremely rare during the Ice Ages. Survival needed flexibility. Mating was often a shared duty among tribes to ensure strong offspring. In many groups, women had multiple sexual partners without stigma. It increased genetic diversity and helped avoid family-based deformities. Children were raised communally, and paternity often didn't matter. Tribal elders believed shared mating prevented jealousy and tribal conflict. Dominant males had more access to fertile females during peak seasons. Women, too, could choose stronger partners to improve child health. Seasonal mating festivals brought entire groups together for union rituals. Sex was less emotional, more spiritual and strategic for the tribe's success. Shared intimacy created deeper bonds within tribal units. It was believed that shared sex attracted the blessings of nature spirits. In some areas, women chose different mates for different traits or skills. This practical view of sex helped early tribes adapt and thrive. Sex was tribe building, not just relationship building. Sex was heavily linked with moon cycles, animal migrations, and harvests. During full moons, tribes held fertility dances and orgiastic festivals. These events honored gods of fertility, nature, and creation. Participants wore animal skins, painted bodies, and danced around fire. Sexual energy was believed to awaken natural forces and bring abundance. Some tribes believed the earth itself needed to be pleased through sex. The act of mating under the moon was a form of worship and renewal. Priests or shamans often led these ceremonies and guided the energy. Women were treated as sacred vessels during these rites. Men were often chosen for their strength or hunting success. Ritual sex wasn't always private. It could be public, even theatrical. Offerings were made before mating began. Meat, bones, or fire. Participants sometimes entered trance-like states using mushrooms or herbs. They believed orgasm released sacred energy into the sky and earth. Sex was nature's magic, and every act had cosmic meaning. Women in the Ice Age weren't always passive. Many held sexual power. Fertility gave women status, leadership, and sometimes religious authority. Matriarchal tribes allowed women to choose partners freely. They could reject or test mates through strength or skill challenges. Pregnant women were seen as divine or spiritually gifted. In certain tribes, women were midwives, shamans, or fertility priests. Sexual knowledge was passed down from elder women to younger ones. Some women led sex rituals and taught young males through initiation. Virginity was not as prized as fertility and childbirth success. Sex was an expected part of a woman's role in society, not taboo. Widows and older women were often revered for their experience. Women sometimes had multiple partners to improve reproductive odds. Their bodies were not hidden or shamed. They were honored openly. This ancient reverence for women shaped early sexual dynamics deeply in many ways. They were the gatekeepers of intimacy and life itself. Sex wasn't always about unity. Sometimes it was used for control and fear. Dominant males used sex to assert authority and expand their bloodline. Rival tribes often abducted women as trophies after battles or raids. These acts weren't hidden. They were part of a brutal warrior culture. Some leaders claimed multiple wives or lovers to show superiority. Young males often had to fight to earn their first sexual experience. Dominance-based sex reinforced tribal hierarchy and submission. Elders sometimes initiated younger males through ritualized sexual acts. Certain tribes allowed leaders first mating rights over newcomers. These systems were both feared and respected, even spiritualized. Power and reproduction went hand in hand during tribal conflicts. Sex could make or break one's place in Ice Age society. Not all practices were consensual. Violence was often present, but in their world, this was seen as strength, not cruelty. Today, these practices reveal the darker side of human survival. Some tribes used psychoactive plants during mating rituals and festivals. Mushrooms and fermented herbs created visions, pleasure, and euphoria. Participants believed the altered state allowed them to touch the spirit realm. Sex during these rituals was seen as a divine act, not mere pleasure. Shamans often guided couples through spiritual intercourse practices. Chants, drumming, and fire enhanced the psychedelic experience. Participants believed orgasm in this state could summon rain or fertility. It blurred the line between physical and spiritual union. Couples often claimed visions of ancestors or gods during climax. These rituals were held only at specific times, full moons, or solstices. Sex was a vehicle to travel beyond the body and into nature's mind. Psychedelics gave meaning and intensity to primitive intimacy. Today, similar practices still exist in hidden tribal cultures worldwide. Their roots trace back to the frozen plains of the Ice Age. Even primal humans searched for the divine through pleasure. Privacy was a modern invention. Ice Age humans lived close together. Entire families, even tribes, shared sleeping spaces in large caves. Sex often happened in the open, under animal hides, or by the fire. It was normal for children to grow up witnessing human intimacy. This normalized sex, removed shame, and promoted body acceptance. Many tribes built symbolic love corners in caves with carvings or paintings. Newly mated couples were sometimes cheered on by tribe members. Intimacy was not hidden. It was just another natural human act. Shared living blurred the lines between public and private behavior. Even elders shared their experiences and taught younger members openly. There were no doors, beds, or rules, only firelight and warmth. Communal living created a deep sense of trust and bonding. Sex wasn't scandalous, it was sacred, social, and essential. In this ancient world, love was shared, witnessed, and never judged. This shaped a generation of humans without sexual repression. Today, we hide what the Ice Age celebrated, the raw truth of human desire. Their bizarre practices weren't perverted, they were survival tools. What seems shocking now was once spiritual, sacred, or strategic. They used sex to honor nature, connect with gods, and protect their people. From ritual orgies to moonlit trances, their intimacy shaped early culture. Ice Age humans may have been primitive, but they understood energy. Their lives show us how deeply connected we are to instinct and body. Even now, echoes of their rituals live in our traditions and fantasies. Understanding them helps us understand the roots of love and sex. They weren't savages, they were survivors, lovers, and believers. Their world was cold, but their passion burned hot and wild. From caves to modern bedrooms, the journey of sex never stopped. This is more than history, it's the foundation of human connection. So the next time you think of cavemen, think beyond the club and beard. They had secrets, and now you know them too.